Hey, balance seekers, it's Christine, the author, and Lucky the special dog. What if I told you that incessant voice in your head telling you that you're too much or how dare you isn't actually your true self? That buzzing, that hypervigilance, that feeling like you can never fully exhale, it's not a character flaw. It's your body's brilliant survival system. It's been working overtime, just trying to keep you safe. Balance seekers, today we're going to talk about chapter 3 and trauma because 7 out of 10 people in the US alone have experienced trauma. Not just big traumas like in war or we see in movies but the everyday rewiring that happens when we live in toxic workplaces. We live with unresolved childhood wounds and trauma. We're under chronic stress, we're heartbroken, or simply trying to navigate a fast moving world that rarely pauses. If you try to take a deep breath and find your body resists, it's a sign. If there's a constant buzz in your ears or your chest, or you're always feeling braced, always scanning, unable to just be present, this chapter is for you. I am going to tell you a story of 2 tornadoes. Let me tell you about it. My husband and I, Super Mario, have been trying to love each other. But he fought 2 wars. He fought one overseas in Desert Storm, the first into Kuwait City, ground troops at 21 years of age. So young. He made it through and he came home. But let me tell you, his nervous system remained on active duty. Hypervigilance became his new normal. His world felt like a constant threat. Even in our home, he would get up and walk the perimeter if he heard any sound. Never at ease. Meanwhile, I had my own storm within that I wasn't even aware the origin of until I've gone on this journey. But as a child, I was always warned to fear my father's presence. At 6 years old, my family would tell me, watch your back. If you see daddy in his car, run to any neighbor's house. I mean, what is that? Why didn't you walk to school with me? Anyway, 50 years later, here we are. 2 souls, each in survival mode, feeling fear, not enough. And when a marriage counselor asked us, so do you fight a lot? At the same moment, Mario was like, yes. And I said, no. Who was right? We both were. The battles weren't between us. They were within our own minds, hearts, and nervous system. We still struggle with that. And then there was a moment everything shifted. After a heated argument about a careless driver, I said, Mario, maybe that guy's mom is in the hospital. He blinked. He's like, what? That's random. I said, yeah, maybe he's not a jerk. Maybe he's having a really crappy day and not alert and paying attention. Maybe he's just a normal human. For whatever reason, something in him softened, and I admired that he was willing to take that in. He realized that not every situation was a threat. He realized the story playing in his head was the only one available. Now, that moment didn't fix everything for him, but it let a light, an opening in. And both of us started to begin to see more clearly, looking for our own chaos self. I call mine Chaos Chris. I used to believe that anxiety was who I was, and I had a character flaw, but it wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was my wiring. I was shaped by trauma so early and so often that my system defaulted to chaos. I lived in survival mode for most of my life. So I mistook it for my personality. I thought myself unlovable. It's still hard for them to deal with me when I'm not my best self. Chaos Chris is rough. She has a sharp tongue. She has racing thoughts. She's full of worst case scenarios, criticism, a lot of pitta. But here's what I discovered: that wiring exists, but it doesn't mean it has to dictate your life. There's a personal journey. And when we recognize your chaos self is present and always is going to be a part of you, you can start to be a little compassionate towards her. This is where the real transformation came in for me. When I was activated in the red zone, I was not my best self. I couldn't show up. Those old beliefs of scarcity and fear, they would hijack my present moment. I couldn't just be there. What if, what if, what if? So I learned to pause and ask, what's really true right now? Catching my unconscious self and curating my thoughts to support my best self. You can choose your thoughts. Just because they come, you can update your software. So now, every moment that I'm able to come into awareness and recognize that pathway and find the way to lasting calm and nervous system regulation, I high five myself. You have to. It's an accomplishment. It's not easy. Balance seekers, you cannot enter the healing zone and be in parasympathetic mode when you're in the red zone, when you're freaked out. When your nervous system is activated, it's like a switch, like a circuit breaker. Jaws clenched, shoulders tight. Your brain reroutes to survival mode. Clarity goes offline. Digestion stops, right? You don't need that when you're running from the dinosaur. Immunity shuts down. Thickened blood cells, white blood cells, clog the arteries with plaque and cause heart disease from chronic stress. That's how that happens. You have trapped trauma in you, but it doesn't have to become the operator of your system. It's the autonomic nervous system. So you can control this. The first step is just recognize your survival pattern. How do you deal with a situation? Are you a fighter, a flighter, running away, a freezer? That's what I do. What happens when you go into survival mode? You don't have to fix it right away. There's nothing to fix. Just being aware is the reset. Whoa, those thoughts are just used to flying in there and freaking me out. And then check your breath. Your breath is your fastest feedback to what state your system is in. When you're breathing quickly and you feel tightness, take a breath in, a full, complete breath in, and a full emptying, a few seconds longer than the inhale. And that is our sign that we're okay. Now, are you a fighter? Do you want to send crazy texts and be mad? Are you flight? Are you out of there? Or do you freeze? Do you blank out? Do you check out? Do you get stupid like I do? I've even let myself get hacked when I was in that fear mode. They're brilliant survival strategies, but they can show up differently. It's like your personal software that you can update. Here's where the work begins. It's a little cringy. So catch yourself when you're activated, when you're in the red zone, when your chaos self comes and sits in the driver's seat, when scarcity and fear start to hijack your system, take you out of the present moment. Just chill, take responsibility, become aware of your triggers, and actively replace them. Don't just notice them. You have to choose something different. When you find yourself spinning in fear, you have to insert a new thought. Yeah? What's actually true right now? You have to be honest with yourself. We have to know what our unconscious thoughts that come in, if that's what we want to keep in the radar on the screen. We can update our personal software and choose something different. Your awareness counts. It's the key. Every single moment you come into awareness is the pathway to long-lasting calm and nervous system regulation. This is why we use the four cues of our mind: our fascia, our skeleton, and our intention. We can reset. It brings us into awareness. Here's the key. None of the Discover Balance resets can be even used unless we're in the healing zone. They don't work. We have to be in parasympathetic mode. We can't be running from the dinosaur and healing. You've got to get out of that red zone activation. So, balance seekers, I want you to try something with me. Come on, be willing. Okay? Think of a moment this week when you felt a little frazzled. You felt your chaos self at the wheel. You felt overwhelmed, maybe like you were spinning. Can you picture that moment, that version of yourself? I can. Ugh, she bugs me. But you know what? Imagine that frazzled person is the child within you. What does that child look like? How old are they? What do they need in that moment? Now, speak to that child the way you would comfort any scared child. Like, you know what? That was rough what you went through. I understand. I know you're scared, but right now you're safe. Or you might tell yourself, you don't have to figure this out all by yourself. Or simply let yourself know, little one, you're not alone. You're going to be okay. Can you feel the compassion in your voice, the gentleness? Now, here's the profound part. We are usually really mean to ourselves, meaner than any bully ever was. You're actually talking to yourself. That scared child, that chaos self is you, but a part of you that you don't want to lose. It's the compassionate you. You have to be compassionate with the child within. You are both the one who needs comfort and the one who can provide it. You are a complete self, and you do have control over those thoughts and emotion. Emotions have a cycle, but you can get through it and reset it for the next time. We have to teach your system that it's safe now. Eliminate the old trauma looping, the old emotional landmines. In the morning, start your day by checking in with your body's state. I used to wake up in a panic every day. What does your nervous system need? That tension in your shoulders, maybe use your balance balls a little bit, tightness in your chest, maybe some breathing activities. It's that intentional breath is the number one way to bring your body from fight or flight to parasympathetic. Now, these aren't just quick check-ins, okay? Every time you check yourself and respect yourself, you stop the issue from snowballing. Notice your breath. Is it tight? Is it rapid? Where are you right now? Do you need water, food, movement? Ask yourself, trust what comes up. When you notice a tight chest, open yourself up. It's a full system release. Through mindful movement, and breath, you are actually helping your nervous system discharge the energy of stress. It might be old stress. It might be someone else's stress. In the evening, before you go to sleep, it's like capitulation. Create a ritual of stillness and calm and be present. Show your nervous system that the day is complete. You can go through your day just gently noting what happened without going down the rabbit hole of thought and judgment. This is the truth about healing, balance seekers. I'm not going to pretend healing is easy. It asks more than anything else of you because you feel like you're suffering. Things aren't the way you want to be. But this is the deal. That's not the way it works. You weren't made for easy. You were made for the real deal. We're just here for growth, emotional depth, to get resilient, and to return back to ourselves. Your trauma does not define you. You're not your diagnosis, your outburst, your panic attack, your past. You are the one who lived through it. High five yourself. You're the one still standing. You're here. You're choosing healing, even now, after everything. So here's your invitation home within. Your survival strategies work, balance seeker. Don't criticize them. They carried you through seasons that might have broken someone else. I mean, really, when you think about it, how hard it was, and here you are now. But dude, you're not in that season anymore. You're validated. You don't have to keep getting that feedback and living it over and over, that crappy thing, right? You don't have to be always pushing, always proving, because eventually it's going to wave a red flag with pain and dysfunction and dis-ease. That's your body's built-in intelligence doing whatever it takes to get your attention. I had a girl with tinnitus that would not take a day off until it got so loud she couldn't deal. It was an invitation to come home to the stillness and to the rest and to that opportunity to reset. Right now, place one hand on your heart, one on your belly. Take a breath. Feel the energy humming. Feel that quiet self, your potential. It's the whisper of your most highest self calling you home. Ask yourself what you need now to begin this journey back home. Bringing the hands down. Let's be clear. What the world doesn't need is another version of you that you think you should be, that it's hard to figure out and is never satisfying and feels empty. We're talking radical self-acceptance. Yeah. And compassion. Your true self has been waiting. So here's another question for you, balance seekers. When you spoke, when you were conversing with that inner child in today's practice, what did they need to hear? What felt, oh yeah, okay to you? Drop it in the comments. It might be exactly what someone else's inner child needs to hear today. Sometimes we are looking for comfort. Remember, you're the one who needs healing, and then you're the one who can provide it. Trust the process. You are all you need to be. Healing is yours. We're going to work with what you have, and we're going to get there. You've got this, balance seeker.